Alright, here I'm going to discuss the rank function. I'm going to go over some slides to cover the basics, and then I'll jump into Excel to make sure that I covered my example thoroughly. So the rank function is a function that allows you to rank a data set. So in my example, I'm going to use GPAs. You can take a data set like the one we have here with students, rank the students from highest to lowest or lowest to highest with the rank function. The syntax of the rank function is as appears on the screen: equals rank, then you have a number, a reference, and an order, all separated by commas. The formula in the example will go in a certain column. I'm going to put it in the rank column. So we'll see in a second how to find John's ranking. The first argument is the number. This is required. This is the number whose rank you're trying to find. So we're trying to find the rank of John's GPA, which is 3.1. So the formula would go in the rank column. 3.1 would be the first argument, which is F9 in the formula. Second argument is the reference. This is also required. This is an array of a list of numbers. If you have any non-numeric numbers in the list, they're going to be ignored. So if we look at the formula, the array is going to be all the GPA values. So in this case, it would be F9 to F15. Notice the dollar signs in the formula. I'll discuss those when we cover this in Excel. But basically, for John's GPA, we're going to be comparing F9 to the reference to see how he ranks. The last argument, the order, and this is actually optional. This is a number specifying how to rank the number. So how to rank, you can only rank two ways. It's going to be in ascending order or descending order. It's optional because if you leave it out, you're going to automatically rank from descending order. Descending order would be from highest to lowest. Ascending would be lowest to highest. If you put a 0 in the spot, it's going to rank descending. If you use a 1, it's going to rank ascending. So look in the formula, there is a 0. This would be the same as leaving the comma and the 0 out. If this was actually the case, Chris would be number 1. And then Kim, since she has the second highest GPA, she would be number 2, and so on. But in the actual example in the table, it would be ranking in the order, well, 1 would be in the place of the 0 in the formula because it's actually ranking ascending. Amy with the lowest GPA is ranking number 1, while Donald with the second highest is ranking number 2. So I'm going to look at this example a little bit closer in Excel to move through every step. Here I have an Excel example. I'm going to click in the rank column, start typing the formula. So the first argument will be John's GPA, because I want to compare that against the rest of the values. Putting that in, comma. I'm going to select the range with all the GPA values, comma. And then let me try descending first. Put 0, followed by closing parentheses. Now what I want to do is drag these down, but I can't do that yet because, just like I said earlier, I talked about the dollar signs here. To get those dollar signs to show up on a Mac, you would use Command T, or in Windows you would use F4. So what this does is, well, the dollar sign in front of the letter allows you to drag formulas left and right without actually moving this range here. Same thing with the rows. You'll be able to drag up and down while leaving this range in a fixed position. So I'm done adding the dollar signs. I'm going to press enter. Now I can drag this formula down because only the F9 reference was the only reference that would change. Okay, so that's sorting descended. Let's try it without the argument just to make sure it works. Okay, same thing. Now let's try it ascending. And remember, when I say descending and ascending, what I'm really talking about are these values over here. So ascending, there we go, it changed. Now it's starting at the lowest and moving upward from Amy to Donald, the second lowest. Now whenever I'm ranking, one thing I like to do is color code my ranks. So to do that, you can go to Conditional Formatting and select from any of these color scales. And just kind of click around and figure out which one would work best for your situation. Here's a scale. For this particular situation, this would work because I'd like to highlight the people with the low GPA with the red, and then the people with the high GPA, I want to show that it's good, so I'll leave it green. Another thing you could do, and I want to go back to descending. Let me get rid of this color scheme. Another thing that we could do is, as you see now, I'm descending from the highest to the lowest. I would like to see the top 3 highlighted in this group. So I can do that by going to Conditional Formatting, Highlight Cells Rules, Highlight Cells less than 4 so that I can see the top 3. I don't want them to be highlighted red. I want it to look like a good thing. There we go. I'd rather see them in a more positive light. I think that's how green makes a statement. Okay, so there I got my top 3 GPAs highlighted in green. Another thing we could do, but you could actually do this on GPA, we could use the filtering mechanism. Now the filtering from the rank, if we're filtering by rank, it's actually going to be opposite of what we did with the ranking. So if we go descend or ascending, it's going to start off with the lower numbers at the top and then descending higher numbers at the top, but our rank would be, it's kind of opposite from our rank. If you are ranking ascending, it almost aligns with the data because your lowest rank would be with your lowest number. Let me get rid of this format, and I want to do one more example. Let me clear this. So let's look at a dynamic example. Let's just say that I only want to see the rankings for the students that have a GPA higher than 3. One way we could do this is by using the if statement before the rank function, or an if function before the rank function. So I could type if in here, opening parentheses. So let's say if GPA, which would be F9 for this row anyways, if F9 is greater than 3, well, then we'll just use the normal rank function that we were using before. And if it's not greater than 3, well, I'll just put a comma and 2 quotes. The 2 quotes are going to cause nothing to show up in the cells. Although if I really wanted to, I could put a text string in here. I'll hit enter. And drag my formula down. And there we go. We're only showing students that have a GPA that's higher than 3. For the other students, we're not showing anything. Although if you really wanted to, you could type something in here like no rank. And that's all I have for the rank function. I hope that you found this video useful. Thanks for watching.